Alright, we've got our barreled action in. We're going to you'll notice the safety lever. It'll go through this hole, and you have a tab on your underneath it. It'll actually hook in there as well. So the safety goes down, and then your trigger mechanism pops down in there like so. And then you'll take your sear. If you have a little leg on your sear that actually fits down in this groove on the rifle. I'm hoping this is in camera because it's hard for me to look at it upside down. You'll put your sear in to this little groove like so. And then you'll take your pin, your retaining pin, and go from the back side, and you'll start it through the sear, through the trigger group, and through the barreled action. And I'll go all the way through the other side. I might need a punch to kind of line everything up. And sometimes you have to finagle with them. They're good. Okay. Now we have the sear pin. We'll take and bump it back just a hair. Now I'll get the camera off the tripod and show you. If you look, you can see that I have it. So I can put a little bit of pressure on it. You want to pull this back till it's, get it back in focus, just flush with the sear to hold the sear in place, and then we can put our spring in. Alright, with the sear pin in, you take your spring, and I did not get in my bushing yet. It's still on order, but you would have a little O-ring, and make sure that you check the thickness, because I did order one and they actually mailed me the bushing that goes in between the inner and outer sear, this bushing in here, that just kind of pops in there. You don't really need to take all that apart unless something was to break. But that's the bushing that they sent me, and it's too big, it won't fit. But it's just a regular. Some have them, some don't. A lot of the Stevens 200s and stuff don't have them. But for all intents and purposes, you would put your little O-ring bushing in this, and you would hold it. You have two legs of these on the spring, and you want to put it in just like so, because one's going to rest up against the sear and the other one's going to rest up against your action. So you want to kind of, and what I always do to make it a little easier on me is I'll put it in kind of at an angle like so, and I'll insert a punch so that when I put just enough pressure on the spring, and I'm going to tell you guys, this is a pain in the Watusi around this camera, but hey, it might help somebody out one day. slid it wrong. Alright. I might have to finagle with it just a hair. This is probably the most aggravating part of putting this rifle back together. But once you've done it a couple of times, it won't be too bad. Alright guys, we have the spring inside. Now, like so, and I tried to pop it under, but when I did, it actually flipped back up under here, so we just took it off. And not trying to do it on camera, I just muscled that thing in there with my thumb. I just pushed it in there and slipped just enough of the punch in place to grab the edge of it. Then I could drive my sear, just take my nylon end on my hammer and just drive my sear in. And now we have our functioning safety. As you see, the safety, when you flip it in, you can't do anything because it's got a block. You pull the safety on, or pull the safety off, excuse me, and then it gives you sear play. So next thing we will do is drop in our magazine, spring and follower. Like so. And now we need to go get our stock.